booktube. This is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm here today with just a little bit of bookish chat, and also I meant to do a Friday Reads video, so this is kind of both of those things. I've got my Ghost of Christmas Present shirt on. I have my little bow earrings. I don't know how well you'll be able to see them, but they look just like package bows. I love them. I think they're super cute. I'm going to be recording some videos this weekend because the end of 2020 has, especially as of late, has not been as holly jolly as I had hoped that it would be, but yeah, so I don't want to go into all of that right now. Jason and I are fine. I did have an evening where I missed taking my epilepsy medication, and so on Friday, I don't think I had a coherent conversation for most of the day. Fortunately, most of it I also slept a lot. So I'm fine. Didn't have a seizure or anything like that, but there are some other life events that are really weighing on me, and so like I said, I'm gonna be recording some videos this weekend. I don't know if those will be all the videos I make for the rest of the year or not. I don't have the next 2 weeks off like some of you. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen in terms of content, so I am gonna talk about a couple year-end things in this video as well. So, first of all, of course, what am I reading? And I started a new book this week that I'm reading for work. And that is called, I don't have it here, it's called The Remix. How to Lead and Succeed in the Multi-Generational Workplace by Lindsey Pollak. And yeah, so I'm going to be reading that for some professional development. So far, what I've read is really interesting. This is the first time in a very long time when 5 generations of people are in the workforce. And how does that change things? And I'm going to be looking at it from a slightly different perspective because I work with people from all 5 of those generations as well. And so anyway, I'm curious about that. Thank you, Karen, for sending that to me. I will also continue to read. What I've really been spending most of my time reading lately is The Ivory Mischief by Arthur Meeker Jr. And in case you missed the story about this, I try not to say it again, but so growing up and oh God, into college years and on, my mother talked about this book and how much she loved it. I didn't realize that the book, and this is not their copy, my grandmother owned a copy of it and she read it and loved it, and then my mom picked it up, and I think my mom probably read it in high school, which is intense. So, the author of this book is from Chicago, and I lived in Chicago for a year. And I went to our little neighborhood branch library, and there was a table of free books, and lo and behold, here this was. So, naturally, I picked it up and gave it to my mom for Christmas. Not sure my mom is going to read it again. I think she does like having it on her bookcases, which I understand. This book was published in 1941, I believe, and it takes place in France, starting in 1655. Not sure how far we're going to go, but so far the book has centered on 2 sisters. The beginning of the book is the younger sister coming to visit her older sister in Paris, and her older sister is married, and so she's kind of going to be seen and that sort of thing, and hopefully find a husband, that sort of thing. The sisters are very different. They're very well drawn out, and sometimes this book, even though like it's quite a chunky book, sometimes it reads quite fast, and other times it slows down a lot. There can be a lot of names and who's who in the court, and so once in a while that really slows the pacing of the book. But yeah, I'm enjoying. You like historical fiction, especially French historical fiction, like, and you ever managed to find a copy of this book, I would recommend it. So I don't know how hard it is out there in the world to find it. The other thing I'm going to be reading, and this is going to be starting on Monday, is I'm going to be reading A Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens classic. Okay, BookTube, you're gonna have to explain this to me. There's so many people I've talked to since I've been on BookTube who have not read this book. I don't understand. Please tell me in the comment section why. And I'm even more shocked when I meet people from England who have not read A Christmas Carol. Shouldn't it be required reading there? Like, I just don't understand. I will admit, I came to this book later in life than I would have liked to, but for the last, I don't even know how many years now, I've read it every Christmas. I mean, it's 85 pages long. It'll take you an afternoon to read it, and it's so worth it. So let me know if you're a fan, or if you haven't read this, there's definitely still time to order. Have that speedy delivery sent to you, because this is just, required Christmas reading, and I just hardly ever hear anybody talk about it on BookTube. The last thing is goals. So I had some very specific goals, and I will do a goal video. Did I or did I not achieve my goals in 2020? A huge part of that had to do with the fact that for the last year, for 2020, Jason and I have primarily tried to read from our home library. So I checked out 2 library books. I'm almost to 60 books for this year, which for me is that's a lot of books. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of our focus this year. I think it's still going to be a focus, although I don't think there's necessarily going to be kind of updates on how that's going, or that's going to be as much of a focus for at least me on my channel. But I don't know. I'm undecided as to what kind of goals, if I want to have goals. I'm curious if any of you have made a goals video yet, or what some of you are thinking about as far as reading goals for 2020 or 2021. Oh God, are they even 2020 behind? But yeah, I would love to hear from you as to what your reading goals are for the next year. BookTube. Finally, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will talk to you really soon. Take care. Bye.